Hello and welcome to Social Media Weekly, episode 26, November 2019. Social Media Weekly is brought to you by Virtual Peddlers Marketing, the digital marketing agency that helps small businesses go digital. I'm Sean.
And I'm JK.
This week, hold on, I'm going to pull up this text right now. Okay. This week, Giphy's attempt to ban self-harm, hate speech, and child sex abuse content still not enough. Facebook's NPE rolls out meme creation app. You can finally turn two-factor authentication on Twitter without phone numbers. Facebook copies another feature from Instagram. TikTok reaches 1.5 billion downloads. Snapchat ups AR game with more payouts. UK government in Wales was tweeting out porn.
What's usual?
Bummer. Ex-Facebook employees created a social media for families. Back to our stories. Giphy's attempt to ban self-harm, hate speech, and child sex abuse content still not enough. A couple of months ago, we reported that Giphy was going to ban content related to self-harm, hate speech, and child sex abuse on its platform. Just last week, it was found that the platform is still unable to completely get a handle of it. Journalist site TechCrunch and Israeli child protection startup Light, spelled L1GHT, found out that such content was still available on Giphy. Although the direct searches did not return such results, inserting less conspicuous keywords still showed the content. These keywords are usually those associated with, for example, known child exploitation sites. So it's not exactly like a very direct keyword, but it's a relevant keyword.
Okay.
So
right.
All the findings have already been reported to proper authorities. This proves that instead of removing and blocking uploads of these contents, Giphy did the easy thing by disabling keywords that showed them. So instead of going into the entire storage of all the GIFs that they have and removing all the GIFs of similar nature, they actually went to the keyword side of it and then they just disabled, they search for all the relevant keywords.
Make it not public. Not public. Like you posted, but nobody will see it. Kind of thing.
Yes. Yeah. So they just disable all the hashtags or keywords that are relevant to these things.
Yeah.
But the problem with using this method of disabling the hashtag and keyword is that new keywords will pop up.
Yeah, correct.
People who are on the dark web maybe can tell each other, like, say, hey, let's use hashtag ABCDE instead. And then using hashtag ABCDE, you're still able to find it. So users will always be 2 steps ahead when it comes to creating new keywords that are non-relevant at all.
Or at least like completely the opposite, like healthy program. Kind of thing. So how are you gonna ban healthy programs?
Like maybe they call it like
keto diet.
Keto diet with the E being a 3. Right? Then it becomes, those kind of content.
Correct.
Maybe Giphy hasn't been able to take them down as fast as they've uploaded as well. So there is a possibility that people are still uploading all these things, and Giphy is still at a position where they are struggling to keep up with all the uploads, and maybe they only have X number of people and there's nothing much they can do.
Yeah, true. So I mean, like it's still very hard for algorithm to know which is, self-harm, which is not self-harm.
Yeah.
Through the similar images. You can't really say directly what is it about. So
that's true. Maybe Giphy needs to go to Facebook and ask Facebook, hey, can I borrow your self-harm algorithm and implement it onto Giphy?
You sure? You sure, Facebook?
I don't know. I guess they would be better at, they will have a far more advanced algorithm to detect these things than Giphy.
Such as taking your own personal data, right? Without knowing that you're being taken.
Exactly.
You sure, Giphy? Okay, well, it's okay. Up to you, Giphy, though.
Or you can be nice and maybe just, text Twitter or, ask someone.
Twitter would be a better
You don't have to build
option.
your own algorithm, right? You just go ask someone, can I loan your algorithm? I pay you money, I loan it for,
Correct. Just belanja the CEO out for dinner and just ask.
Yeah. Why not? I would do that. I mean, instead of building my own algorithm.
Yeah, put your ego down. All right, next up, Facebook. Facebook's NPE rolls out meme creation app. NPE is working hard. Just last week, we reported that Facebook's experimental team released 2 apps AUX, and Bump. They went on to drop another one into the wild called Whale. Whale is a meme creation app that users can share with others. It's far from original, seeing as there has been an endless supply of similar apps on the App Store, but this, at least for now, is free to use without signing up to any subscription or seeing ads plastered all over. Whale lets users create memes and stickers out of their own images. It also includes artistic tools like free-form drawing, effects, filters, and all that. Like Bump and AUX, Whale is now only available in Canada. Well, it's a good step to create memes.
So I think there are so many meme creating apps out there, right? And the only thing that separates it apart from all these other smaller companies is the fact that they don't have all these paywalls, and they don't how sometimes when you download apps, it's full of advertisements everywhere, every corner, and it's very annoying. Use it a few times and then the video comes out. You wait until the video runs for 30 seconds before you can actually use it again.
You cannot do anything but to watch the video.
Yeah. and then or you have there are certain things that you cannot use, or so many features are premium features. So I guess if Facebook comes out with this app, it will be completely free, because Facebook don't have to make money from these ads.
They can sustain without earning.
They can sustain without earning money. And at most, maybe they can start selling stickers maybe in a later period. But even if Facebook feels very generous and they give this entire platform out for free, it's still fine, because Facebook is still able to take all our data and still sell our data anyway. So technically, we're already paying with our blood and sweat and tears and tension.
Without money.
Without money, yeah.
So but that will kill off the meme app though. The creators of the meme app though.
Yeah.
The competitors.
Yes, definitely. This will completely destroy all the other smaller ones.
Welcome to world domination.
Yep. Yeah, you said it there.
Memination. Poor thing. Oh well, good luck, meme creators. Alright. Next up,
you can finally turn on two-factor authentication on Twitter without phone numbers. Despite all the security that companies rave about two-factor authentication, using your phone number is actually a very dangerous option. You know that?
Yep.
You know that giving your phone number out is very dangerous?
Yeah.
This is because many past experiences prove that phones can be hijacked using phone numbers through this thing called SIM swapping. So for those who don't understand, SIM swapping is an act of, let's say if JK, I know JK's phone number, right? And I want to SIM swap JK. Usually, let's say, for example, if JK backs up, turns on two-factor authentication for all, let's say if you turn on two-factor, 2FA, for all your emails and everything, let's say for your email, your major email, right? So what happened is I will pretend to be you and call Maxis and say, hey, I'm so sorry. I forgot, I lost my phone number and I lost my phone. Can you give me a new SIM with this phone number? Then sometimes Maxis will say, okay, they will usually ask a few questions. And if I can answer those questions, which is but not difficult to find because
like ID card.
They would be like, what's your mom's name? Or, what's your, all this kind of simple stuff.
Generic one.
Yeah, generic questions like where do you usually make your payment and everything like that. So just by getting a little bit of information, I am able to pretend to be you and get a new SIM card. So what happens is when I go pick up a new SIM card, you will automatically disable your SIM card.
Yep, correct.
And then what I would do is then I have the legit SIM and you have the expired SIM, right?
Wow, it's like switching ID.
So what I do then is I go to your email and I tap forgot password. And then when it says forgot password, and when you turn on two-factor authentication, it actually sends an SMS to my phone now, not your phone, my number. And with the two-factor authentication, I am able to change the password of your email. And with your email access, I can forget password to every single account, like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. I can forget password to every single one of them and get an email verification and two-factor onto my email now that I have control over, and also phone number.
I think, right, next time we should not have phone numbers anymore. We should just have our IC number as our phone number. Like one person, one down number.
It's true. But the thing is, you see, this is a very bad badly built system
Mm-hmm. It's not
where
loopholes.
it is a very bad loophole. So because of that, also because Jack Dorsey, the
Mhm.
CEO of Twitter, was actually few months ago he was sim swap
SimSwap.
himself. so once that happened to him, right, and he said that, you know what, guys, hands down, everybody, we're gonna fix this problem and we're gonna enable two-factor on Twitter without using phone
Or he
numbers.
SimSwap himself.
He got sim swap.
Or he got SimSwap.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
Ooh.
Yeah, I know,
Whoever
right?
that hacked Jack Dorsey, good job.
Yeah, good job. You prove that, you know.
You're a
he needs-
hijacker.
Yeah. So, all right. So before this, right, Twitter actually lets us use other methods of authentication like Google Authenticator or a physical YubiKey, but you actually need to start off with a phone number first.
Mm-hmm.
But now it's no longer the case. Just last week, all across the board, you can actually activate two-factor on Twitter with a simple click of a button. I haven't tried it.
A button.
Yeah, I
like,
think-
like Touch ID.
It's kind of like one-step verification. Then once you verify, you don't actually need an SMS.
Okay.
So I don't actually know how it works because I think my Twitter account is linked to my phone number.
Okay. GG. You heard that,
Oops.
hijackers.
Uh-huh.
His phone number is
Taxis, you better not let anyone else have access to my phone number.
Make sure it's not on Facebook page. Alright, next up, ads. This episode of Social Media Weekly is brought to you by Chop Tiang Bee Cafe at Heart of Malacca, Malaysia. Chop Tiang Bee serves authentic Nyonya and fusion cuisine and is located at Jonker Street, just 5 minutes walk from the famous Red Square and A Formosa in Malacca City. Their most iconic dishes include curry laksa and nasi lemak. Also equally impressive are their range of homemade cakes like the carrot cakes, which uses pineapple instead of raisins, and the Onde Onde cheesecake, which is a must try. If you're heading to Chop Tiang Bee, be sure to get 10% off your entire receipt with promo code CTB10. That's CTB10. And make sure to stand by for their upcoming new menu, Christmas menu.
Yes, I'm waiting for their Christmas menu.
Turkeys.
Yep, and stand by here. Keep listening to be ready for the Christmas menu. It's sure to be a bomb.
Yeah, man.
The head chef of Chop Tiang Bee is actually, I think it's one of the Master Chef, local Malaysian
Uh-huh.
Master Chef-esque equivalent kind of competition. He was the
Okay.
winner, and he's actually a winner year after year as
So it's
well.
like a Asian Gordon Ramsay lah.
In a way, yeah. In a way, without all the screaming and all the weird sandwich.
More humble one. Maybe the Hokkien language.
Maybe he's screaming Hokkien behind, right?
All the 丢草啊.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be a bomb. Gordon Ramsay Asian version.
Yep.
So be sure to check out Chop Tiang Bee CTB10. Alright?
10% off CTB10 on everything. Drinks, food, desserts, everything.
Mm-hmm.
Next up, Facebook copies another feature of Instagram. Last week, we said Facebook copied Instagram's feature by extracting photos from accounts and putting them on an Explorish tab. So last week, we talked about this. And this feature that Facebook copied was actually, it extracted photos, random photos from every user and put it in an Explore tab
Okay.
and turn it into a little bit like Instagram Explore layout. This week, they're actually building their own version of Instagram's close friends feature. We know Instagram's close friend
Yeah, the
feature,
green
right?
color one.
Where you can actually select a few friends that you have, and then when you post a story, you can either select to post to everyone or just your close friends.
Mm-hmm.
This is actually particularly important if you have acquaintances who you don't want to share too much of a private life, or maybe even your colleagues and your boss and
Mm.
everybody. So you can just focus on close friends only.
True.
This actually isn't the first time Facebook tried to introduce special friends list on the platform. They automatically grouped, I think it was 2013, they automatically grouped people into subsets like high school friends and co-workers. But most people did not even know how to use this feature. So they
Okay.
just keep sharing to everybody anyway. You know, there was one point where when you share, you can
The
always
high school, that
choose
one.
share to,
Yeah.
share to close friends, share to family, share to high school, share to co-workers, share
I
to
think-
everybody.
I think
global,
I used
public,
the
private, everything.
I think I used the restrict version more
Yeah.
than the share.
Yeah. So because it was so complicated to set up, you have to set up multiple lists and then
A lot of layers.
and there's so many layers. And then when you post it, it's not as easy as just tapping and sharing. You have to click share, and then you have to choose who to share it to, and
Like doing some Excel formula.
yeah, and then you use it for a few months, and then you'll be like thinking, okay, wait, who's in this list and who's not in that list? Then you don't
Too
remember what is
complicated
what,
already.
so nobody cares anymore. So last year, Instagram made a breakthrough with close friends, and close friends is very good. Everybody's using it. It's simple enough. It's just one layer.
Correct.
Very straightforward. And Facebook thinks it's something that all Facebookers can actually adopt.
In a way,
as well.
yes, correct. Because it's like if you give too many options, people tend to bombard themselves and make themselves fatigue.
Yeah, yeah,
How many lists? So just keep either friends or close friends. Gao Tim.
yeah.
A or B, yes or no. As simple as that.
Just keep it simple, right? Like
Yeah.
straightforward.
Correct. Have you used it? Close friends one?
I use close friends on Instagram, but I don't
Okay.
use it on Facebook
Okay.
because I'm hardly on Facebook anymore.
Just viewing through that.
Yeah, I'm one of those people who just stalk people on Facebook and then.
And see what's happening in life.
But it's still the same because to me, I don't like Facebook because it's a lot. Everybody is still sharing other people's stuff.
Mhm.
They're always sharing,
Sharing
like cat
posts.
videos and sharing all these viral videos and everything.
Reshare,
Nobody is
reshare.
actually talking about how their life is. Nobody is sharing their situations, happy stuff, sad stuff. It's all going into stories. It's all going into Instagram stories and then being shared on Facebook stories.
The first version is still Instagram.
Yeah.
first.
So, well, at least maybe the reason why is because our generation is mainly on Instagram and not Facebook.
Mm.
But even if, let's say, the same person, a common friend, who is on Instagram, they tend to create more content on Instagram, as in like they post pictures of themselves, they post pictures of the things they do, and they share their daily lives on Instagram. And on Facebook, what they do is just they watch videos and they share videos and they go, ha ha ha, this is good.
Mm. Yeah, it's like news and daily articles,
Yeah.
Facebook.
Yeah.
Personal stuff, update
Instagram.
content, Instagram.
Instagram,
This
yeah.
kind of thing.
So I prefer to know more about the friends that I'm following.
Uh-huh.
So I
Instagram
use
or-
Instagram more
Okay.
because they tend to share more of their stuff. But on Facebook, they share other people's videos and everything. And when I want to go and watch other stuff, I rather go to YouTube, I go to Google News, and I go to Feedly and get my
Just get the content.
get my content from there.
Sure, because Facebook has been quite cluttered.
Yeah, it's too cluttered as well.
Bye.
And I have also been trying out TikTok.
How did you find it?
Still nothing yet.
You tried a slow-mo video.
I tried playing
Like,
around with
nice.
a lot of their stuff, the slow-mo stuff. I tried the music and everything. Usually the music lasts about 15 seconds, 30 seconds.
yeah,
If the
15
video
to
is
30,
too
yeah.
long, you cannot add multiple songs in it
Yep.
that easily.
It's only one.
It's only one song and then it goes silent after that kind of stuff.
And
So
the English content isn't that strong
yeah,
as Chinese.
yeah, they
Chinese
have
one
they have
is
Chinese
much more
content. They even have a lot of like Indonesian, Malay songs, but they
Mm.
don't have a lot of
Western
English songs.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, rightly so because they're an Asian first platform, right? So technically, they want to focus more on providing the Asian
True.
music.
Yep. So, well, what about TikTok? It has been reaching 1.5 billion downloads. The short video sharing apps download reached 1.76 billion as of Q4 2019, making it the third most downloaded non-gaming app of the year. Sensor Tower claimed that this success is mainly attributed to its rising popularity in India. But this rising trend could be a jeopardy because the company is under investigation over potential links to the Chinese government. If this sticks, TikTok may face the same scrutiny as Huawei. TikTok is already working hard to distance itself from the government, stating that they do not share user data with China or even with its Beijing-based parent company. All data worldwide is stored in Virginia with a backup server in Singapore.
So I think
They're
This
trying to keep
is-
it clean.
yeah, they are trying to keep it. I think they're doing a very good job keeping it clean. Like they completely keep their servers away from China so that the government cannot actually
Tap
just
into it,
barge
yeah.
into their servers and take all their information.
Yeah, I cannot just
Because
use law.
yeah, because if it's in the US and in Singapore, right, it's out of their jurisdiction, so they cannot simply go in and do these kind of things.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that someone is actually investigating them, I don't think it's a matter of security, but it's a matter of maybe someone being paid by Facebook to control the growth.
Or the growth, like try to stop their growth because
Yeah,
it's a rising competitor.
Yeah,
So you
like
want to make
how
sure they die.
yeah, like how part of why Huawei is being banned by by working with the US.
Mhm.
One of the reason is because they have been growing too big too fast, and Apple is getting threatened by it,
Threatened.
afraid of it, and they think that one of the things they can do is slow down their growth. They do this so that
So the Apple can catch up.
Apple has a chance to catch up.
What a way. And very smart. Huh? All data worldwide is stored in Virginia and backup server in Singapore.
Yeah, so you can't argue with that, right? Because
Two-factor authentication.
two-factor authentication.
Good job, yeah. Good job, TikTok. Good job.
Uh-huh.
Alright.
Next up, Snapchat ups AR game with more payouts. Snapchat has been minor bump. We've seen a minor bump on downloads earlier this year due to their baby and gender swap face filters. Play with it. Everybody played with it. It was so viral.
It's like,
But the sad thing is that they download Snapchat to play with that, and then they share it on Instagram. So anyway,
poor thing.
yeah, the company just announced that they will keep the AR game strong by paying out more than $750,000 in 2020. This will amount to 3 times what they paid in 2019. That's a lot of money for AR filters. So guys, if you are in the game, if you are in the business of creating AR filters, please build something for Snapchat. You can make a lot of money.
Yep. So that
Snap-
they can share on Instagram some more.
Yeah, then we can share on Instagram.
Mm.
Snapchat knows that they cannot compete with Facebook and Instagram on audience size, so they actually changed their direction. They will continue to build AR so they can help maintain high engagement rate with new innovative AR tools. The ultimate goal is actually to convert spectacles into fully AR devices, which will hopefully seal the usage ecosystem.
Mm.
Right. So last week we talked about them coming up with AR with Spectacle 3,
Mhm.
and they don't expect Spectacle 3 to be making money, right? So I think this is what Snapchat is doing, because after what I read today on this AR game thing, the AR, right, is that Snapchat is rolling out spectacle after spectacle to test and see if they are able to. The ultimate goal is actually to convert to bring the entire Snapchat app into their spectacles.
Okay.
So which means that they not only will have 2 cameras to show to project the world in front, their lenses, the spectacle lenses can also see all the filters that go on. Will merge the world what they see with the AR.
AR filter. It's like
filters.
how we we play the Andrew keep playing one.
Yeah,
the-
like how we play Pokemon Go.
Correct.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, with the
Those
AR
kind.
filter. So if Snapchat in maybe the next 2 years, like in Spectacle 5, is able to finally build a spectacle
Mm-hmm.
version that comes equipped with AR on the spectacle lenses, I think that will be the winning leg for
The starting
Snapchat.
Yeah, because they will that is their USP already in consider if Instagram.
Yes.
Instagram is still 2D, this is virtual reality. It's
Exactly.
really
And then
different.
and then while all the other social media is still focused on using a screen,
Mhm.
Snapchat is already focusing on building the social
Yeah.
media and projecting into the real world.
Yep.
That is the next generation of social media.
Yeah.
And Snapchat is building for it.
What if Snapchat goes in, right?
That
It's
they will
successful,
win.
right?
They will win the
Dominant,
race.
really.
Yeah, they will be dominant. So the question now is, will Snapchat continue to have enough money
to sustain until the time.
Yeah, sustain until the time comes. So
Cha-ching.
will they run out of money first, or will they be able to build that spectacle first?
You
That-
need,
that is
some
a-
government fundings.
Yeah, that is the question that we do not know how to answer.
Yeah, it's really subjective.
Yeah,
But I think they can work with all those like what you call that the arcade games as well though.
I'm sure they
Arcade
can work
games
with.
already can start.
I'm sure they can work with. The tech is really there, right?
Yeah.
The question is, how do they build in all this technology and all the chips and everything into spectacles and not make it so clunky and heavy? Because remember a few years ago, like Google came out with this thing called Google Glasses.
Uh-huh.
It's already the same thing. They have a camera and they have a lens that projects a heads-up display that shows everything. So technically, the technology is already there.
Just need to like make sure that it can link with the object or something like that.
Yeah, you can interact with the object properly, interact with the world.
maybe hard for the real world because the real world is not designed for virtual reality yet. Maybe a room specifically designed for AR. Then
Maybe.
slowly grow this room into center or I don't know.
Maybe. Well, that's for them to decide.
Yeah.
We are
Or,
just-
or they can work with Disneyland.
Yeah, they could, but you know what Disney is gonna do?
Take
They're gonna
over.
build their own. They're gonna take over and build their own. Disney is very famous for doing these things. So if I was Snapchat, I wouldn't want to work with Disney.
Yeah, sadly. Okay.
Disney no good. Disney no good.
Sorry, never mind. Let's talk about porn then.
Yep, let's talk about porn.
UK government in Wales was tweeting out porn. You're a human being after all.
Yeah.
Apparently, this was a cyber attack that someone accidentally someone's accidental post. Really? Okay. The post has been noticed by user on Twitter but quickly resolved. This proves that the government had proper response plans. These days, cyber attacks happen so often, it's about how fast a resolution plan can fix the problem. Post my post law.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but it is the UK government of Wales, and it's a safe for work kind of
Political thing.
Twitter account, and like it says, right, there is nothing we can do to sometimes prevent cyber attacks. Like cyber attacks can be brute force, which is automated. Most of the time, all these cyber attacks are automated.
Mm.
It's just a bunch of people who throw out these algorithms or these systems and these bugs out, right, to just randomly attack. And just because your account gets hit doesn't mean that it's specifically targeting your account. It's just so happened at that time your account was vulnerable due to so many reasons. And the fact that they were able to so quickly fix the problem and delete all the tweets and everything, that is the thing that kind of proves that they have a very strong action plan.
Automated hijacker. Like a anti-hijacker kind of thing.
Like an automated action plan. Just press a button and then
Like it says,
reverse.
oops, okay, come out.
I don't know, maybe.
It's too fast, though.
Yeah, it is very fast. But we do have experiences like this before when dealing with brute force security attackers.
Yep.
And no matter how much we protect ourselves, sometimes there's one small little loophole and it just gets through. And
You just have to say, I'm so sorry that someone played my phone.
Yeah. and the important thing is it comes down to how can you lock down everything, right? And at the same time resolve this problem, fix it, and purge out all the malicious software and everything before it gets worse. That is the most important thing.
Software.
Yep.
All right, next up. Facebook employees create a social media for families. You want to take this up?
Yep.
All right.
Social media started out as a place for close friends and family to stay connected. Over the years, it has become something else entirely. We follow influencers and acquaintances we hardly know, and social networks keep us down the rabbit hole in order to keep us in the platform. So, as we remember long time ago when we started social media, it's all about connecting with friends.
Yep.
Right? Even in the Friendster days, it's all about connecting with friends. Friends, school friends you maybe, friends.
The next class.
Yeah, friends you maybe like from primary school, secondary school, and different groups of friends, families and everything. And then right now, most of the people we engage with on Instagram and Facebook are actually
we don't really meet.
We don't even know them. They don't even know we exist, right? We don't know who they. Of course, we do know who they are. Maybe halfway across the world, and
we just didn't meet.
Yeah, we never met
face to face.
And maybe we chat once in a while, but we probably will never ever meet. And in worst case scenarios, they don't even know we exist, right?
Yeah.
So this is what social media is becoming. There's a bunch of ex-Facebook employees. They came out and then they started a social media specifically for families and friends, just a small group of people. The team that led this initiative is backed by Y Combinator, which is a very famous and successful venture capitalist. And they raised $3 million. These people do not refer this to as social media, but a piece of home in our phones. So I downloaded the app. I haven't had a chance to use it because no one else I know is still using it. But I checked out the video and it is kind of like a chat. It is both a chat app and also a status update app.
So it's like last time punya MSN lah.
Sort of, yeah. It's kind of like MSN. Yeah, it's kind of MSN. But what they want to do is they want to keep it simple. They want to keep it. They have
Personalized.
one group chat layer, and they also have a private chat layer, and they also have like stuff where when let's say one of our family members or friends are doing something, they will have a status update like I'm watching a movie, I'm doing this. So that you have something to talk about.
Like how we update our own MSN name.
Yeah.
It's like all the emotions like, oh, what happened?
Yeah. You drop a hint out there for people to ask you, oh my god, what happened to you? Yeah.
This kind of thing. Topic starter.
Yes. So that is exactly what it is.
But because Facebook knows that they're taking off data again.
Well, these bunch of guys said that they are not gonna take data from us. It's gonna be fully private. I don't know how they're gonna monetize, but it's too early to tell at this point. But in any case, I think this will work. You know why? Because there has been a trend of people's attention moving away from social media and into chat rooms. Like Slack, Discord, Messenger, WhatsApp. More people are communicating in chat rooms now than they are before, and communicating less in Facebook and Instagram than they are before. Communicating does not mean surfing and then hitting like. It's actually two-way communication, talking. And last time we used to have long conversations on Facebook, right? You post the post and then we keep replying to each other.
Correct.
But these things don't happen anymore. Everything is gone into chat rooms. And now that I feel this is a very good timing for this app. It's called what is it called again? I forgot to put the name of it.
Never mind.
Well, I think it's called. I don't remember what's the name. But anyway, this app is the focus of this app kind of hits at the right time, because when this thing happens, moving forward, we have more attention on chatting with each other, and because of that, if in the next 3 years they continue to build it right, this app will be the one that can do very well.
Like make it private lah.
Yeah.
I think is it called Cocoon?
Yes, it's called Cocoon. Yes.
That's the
it's
one.
called Cocoon.
Right.
Yeah. So that's well, I've downloaded it and I hope that I'm able to test it out and
see if any of your friends play.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to get my family to do it, but I think at this point it's only available on iOS, and half my family is on Android. So that's the problem. This is always the problem with new apps.
Android and iOS problem.
Always the problem. Right. Anyway, so that's all for this week. This week's Social Media Weekly podcast is available on Anchor FM, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and more. Our full videos are available on YouTube, and we post bits and clips on Instagram and Facebook. This is Social Media Weekly, episode 26, November 2019. My name is Sean.
And I'm JK.
Au revoir.
And